we're going to finish off by talking about another guard, a guy who's considered, I guess, one of the better passers in this class. Now, he is an older player. That's Alondes Williams from Wake Forest. He just turned 23 today? Yeah, today. He turned 23 today. He's a 6'5 shooting guard, point guard. I think he's more of a point guard. He averaged 5 assists per game last season, scored 19 points. But again, shot 28% from three. He took a fair few of them, just they didn't go in, and he was even worse from the free throw line than what Sebron was, just hitting those at 69%.
Giggity!
But 51% overall from the field. Again, older player, solid passing numbers, good scoring numbers, really high usage. Is this a case of, hey, you are old and you are beating up on younger players, and the usage and all the passing and running a lot of this stuff at Wake Forest is just going to have no translatability to the NBA, because you're never going to be put in this position where you have the ball and you have this level of usage?
Well, that's the thing. Will he be able to showcase that at the next level? I don't know if he'll get the opportunity to. I hope he does. He was really fun to watch at Wake Forest. He is such a powerful guard. He can get to his spots. He can get all the way to the rim. Great finisher around the rim. You mentioned the passing. He's probably overall the best passer in this class. I mentioned Paulo at the front. I think Paulo will get the ability to showcase his passing more than Alondes Williams will at the NBA level. So I don't know if it's all going to translate. If he gets the runway to show what he can do, I think he can do some things at the NBA, because he'll be strong enough. He'll work his butt off. I mean, he'll be able to defend at the next level. I think overall it's going to come down to the shooting. Will an NBA team put him out on the floor, trust him enough to shoot the ball, be their kind of bench, point guard, third guard coming off the bench, whatever it may be? Will they put the ball in his hands? Because he's a guy that needs the ball in his hands, pretty much. I mean, he's not going to give you anything really off ball. He wants to play make. He wants to drive. He wants to shoot. You mentioned he shot a lot. They didn't tend to go in too often. So he can bring a lot to the table, but a lot of that is on ball usage, which is so few and hard to come by and be an actual efficient on ball player at the NBA level. I just don't know if he'll get the opportunity, especially, being a 23-year-old coming into the league. It's going to be a certain team that really has that need at guard and trusts him enough. And, all it takes is one team, but we'll just see where he lands, I guess.
It feels like one of those guys that, Hooper Twitter is going to love, because he's going to be able to take guys one-on-one, he's going to be able to score, and he's going to be able to get a bucket, but that doesn't make sense for a team construct, because you need to put the ball in his hands so much. Similar to a guy, now maybe I'm completely wrong on this comparison, a guy that had some supporters at some point a few years ago, Alonzo Trier, who he could score, and he could put up these interesting numbers if you just gave him the ball at every opportunity, but it makes no sense to do that in an NBA team construct. Is that he's a better passer than what, say, someone like Trier was, but is that like a fair description of the troubles that he may have translating to the NBA?
Yeah, no, I think from a situational standpoint, I think that makes sense. He's definitely a better passer, better defender than a guy like Alonzo Trier was. So he can bring other things besides scoring, but again, at the end of the day, he needs the ball in his hands. Grant Riller is another example from a few years ago. Older guy, dominated the collegiate level, playing, probably, guys that, had no business playing against, a guy like Grant Riller at Charleston. He didn't really translate. I think he had some injury, and, unfortunately that ended his, career. I don't know if career, but it just kind of stopped his development. But he's just kind of that older guard bucket getter that Alondes Williams kind of is. And again, it's going to come down to just, will he get the opportunity to have the ball in his hands and showcase what he can do? And it's going to be close. I don't know. Maybe he goes mid-second round, team falls in love with him and gives him the keys to their third, guard spot, or maybe even the second unit. But I think it's going to be tough for him to just find a home long-term. And then given that he's 23 years old, he doesn't have a lot of runway to really, develop and grow with the team, off the rookie scale contract.